folks always say to me, Tanya, what on earth do you do with all those gadgets? Well, the point is, we always need them. You know, there comes a time when something's gone wrong in the garden and, well, I don't have it. Yes, if you've got the equipment, you can do the job right. And one such beast is a chainsaw. Now, things have come a long, long way. And in terms of the battery operated, it makes my life feel safer in a way. It's easier, it's quick, it's like click and play. That's what I want. Now, this beautiful tree, it's a lovely albizia. It's been on the property since I moved in, and we've saved it every time we've been doing garden alterations. And now it got hacked. And it really is unsightly. It's when tree pruning goes bad that we end up with things like this. And it's not only about the aesthetics, but it's also about the health of the tree. So let's talk about how we're going to deal with this. Now, whenever you have a fork in the tree like this, there generally can be an area of weakness. And what we really want to do, our first point, is to get rid of these. Get rid of that, get rid of that. Remember, we attack things in bite-sized chunks. Don't go right down to the bottom and start removing the whole thing, because that's when accidents happen. You've got to take them off gently, small segments at a time, making sure that the area around you, wherever they're going to be falling, is clear of human beings, fur children, and possibly anything else that could break or damage. And then once we've removed those, we'll be able to reassess what we've got here and then do our final undercut and then our beautiful cut that's going to make sure that it looks good, that we're not harming the tree and we're not going too close to where the join is. So let's get started. Lightweight cordless chainsaws are perfect for use around noise-sensitive residential areas. This one is so quiet that I don't even need to wear ear protection. Remember, you want to tackle this task in bite-sized sections. In 2 effortless cuts, we get rid of the smaller stumps and can deal with the bigger guy to ensure a neat cut. All right, folks, those 2 are off. You can see we left with the stump. Now, if I was removing this entire branch, it would be a different action completely. Remember, you need to do that undercut. So the undercut would be done here, not where it's going to be joining, where your final cut is going to be. You're going to do a slight undercut here, which goes about 1/4 of the way through the entire branch. Slight undercut, then you cut here, which means that as it's pulling, as the weight of this branch starts pulling, it reaches the undercut and it stops tearing. Aha! So it stops tearing all the way down to where your final cut is going to be. Once you've removed that pressure, to do your final cut is really nice and easy. Aesthetically, it looks great. Plus, you end up with no awful scarring on the tree. But for this purpose today, all I need to do is remove this guy. Remember, not too close to where the fork is, about 2 centimeters away. Let's do it nice and smooth, and this tree is going to be much happier. So in terms of maintenance, folks, people think that it gets really complicated, but it isn't. All you got to make sure is that you've got chain oil in your chainsaw constantly. Also ensure that you get the correct file for the make and model of your chainsaw to make sure that you can keep the blade nice and sharp. Lastly, always ensure that your chain is at the right tension. If you can gently pull it and you can see it moving away from the actual guard blade, then you know it's fine. Too loose is a danger. Too tight, in other words, if you can't just move it where it pulls across the blade simply with your 2 fingers, then your chain is far too tight.